This conference will now be recorded.
Morning everyone. Are you able to see my screen?
Good morning. Yes.
Thanks, Rajesh. So today we'll learn another topic called uh, backup. So backup in real time, as you know, we will be creating a lot of jobs. In real time, we will be creating a lot of jobs, and we also create uh, multiple users, right? So testing team, development team, various teams we will create. So what if suddenly if our Jenkins server crashes? So our Jenkins server is running, right? And in this Jenkins service server, we have all the users. For example, as you know, we have in var folder. So normally Jenkins application stores user information in users folder, right? And jobs in workspace. We as of now we have don't have any job. So if you create a job, for example, here I'm creating a job one, for example. This job I'm creating, and not only job. For example, I applied this job. Next, plugins. So plugin information also will be stored here in the plugins folder. We have the plugins folder here. So whatever plugins we have installed, everything will be stored in these folders, right? So everything will be lost if a user if the server crashes. For example, now I want to install Maven tool as well. So this is a plugin now. For the plugin version we have 3.96 with the same name. I have created a plugin. So this plugin information also stored inside this plugin folder. Similarly, when you go to manage Jenkins, we can create users, right? So for example, I have admin user already. I'm creating another user, something like Raj. So like this various information, various services, resources we create under on the Jenkins. So all these are there now. Now I want to take a backup. Even the service server crashes, I want to have a backup. Then how can we take a backup? So that I can, even the server crashes, I can restore, I can save this all this folder structure, everything, so that I can launch new instance and I can deploy Jenkins over there, and I can upload the backup whatever I have taken on my previous machine, previous server. All this information I want to restore. So how to do that? So for that we have to install a plugin. As of now, we don't have any default plugin here. We don't have any option to take backup. If you see here, we don't have any backup option. So for that, we have to install a plugin called Thin Backup. We have to install a plugin called in backup. This plugin we have to install. Once we install this backup plugin, then we can take backup. So go to plugins, available plugins. Here you type in backup. See, we got a plugin called backup. Backup's the most important global and job specific configuration files. So it will take backup of all the files and folder structure whatever we have discussed here, right? So what I will do, I will select this one and click on install. No, restart is not required. Now go to manage Jenkins again, and this time we should see a option for backup. If you see here, we have thin backup. Backup your global and job specific configuration. So this we can use to take a backup. So let's see how we can use this. Click on this. So when you click on this, we have three options. Backup now. So once you taken the backup, you can click on restore, right? So suppose when you suppose this server crashes, then you can install another you can create another EC2 instance and you can install Jenkins over there, and then you can install the think backup thin backup, and you can click on restore backup so that you can restore your backup which you have taken before. So click on settings. When you click on settings, we have various options. Backup directory, where you want to store the backup. Okay, you want to take the backup, fine, but where you want to store? Normally we will store in a different server. We want to store in the same machine, right? If the same machine crashes, then what is the use of taking backup, right? If I use the same machine, there is no use of taking backups, right? So one moment please. Now for this demo I am going to use the same backup, same server, but in real time we will not use the same server. We will use a different server to take up the backup. So all the files and folders whatever we are seeing here, all will be stored in our whatever name you have given here. Here the backup name I will give something like my Jenkins backup. Okay, this directory I am giving my Jenkins backup. Okay, and that's all. This is the name I want to give. Now it's saying that the directory does not exist but will be created before the first run. That means whenever you're going to take a backup, it will check whether the backup is available, this folder is available or not. If it is not available, then it will create a new backup with new folder name with the same name whatever we have given here. So remaining you can leave it as it is. So what you want to take backup now? Backup for user content, right? Backup build results, backup next build number, backup plugins, whatever plugins you have installed, the plugin information, everything, whatever you want, everything you can select. All this you can select. So everything will be taken a backup and will be stored inside this folder. Now this folder as of now is does not exist here. If you see here, we don't have that folder. My Jenkins backup is not here. Now come down and click on save. Now click on backup. When you click on backup, then whatever jobs, whatever we have, jobs, username, everything will be copied inside this, taken inside this backup. Click on backup now. So depending on the number of jobs, number of plugins. So as of now, we have very minimal, right? Very minimal, one user, one job only. But in real time, we will have multiple jobs, multiple users will be there. So it will take lot of time to take a backup. But for now it's simple backup, it won't take that much time. When you go here and if you again list it out, again if it's a list, you should see our folder with the name my Jenkins backup. The same name we have given now. See, if you get inside cd my backup, and if it's the content of this, the folder, under folder will be created something like full 2024 March 27. So the date and time is stored in a timestamp will be stored for this folder. So if you get inside this folder again, cd capital F tab, enter, again ls, you see in this folder all these are backups are taken. So your user information is there, your plugins are there, your jobs are there. So all the XML files required XML files to properly run the Jenkins, whatever required, all the backups are taken in this folder. So whenever you want to restore back into a new machine, then you can click on restore option. Click on restore the same backup folder, whatever we have just now we created, the date timestamp. Timestamp is what? It is 2024/03/27. The same name you will contain a backup. If you have multiple backups will be available in this drop down. You can select them and you can select this and restore plugins and you can click on restore. So everything will be backed up. So normally in real time, you have to take backups regularly to avoid any crashes. If any crashes happen, unexpected things might happen. So to avoid those such a situation, we have to go for thin backups. One more, please. Now that is about a small topic of backup. Then let's move to another topic called one more, please. Now go to dashboard. This about backup, and till now we have created back jobs using freestyle. Now try to understand what is pipeline. So pipeline orchestrates long running activities that can span multiple build agents, suitable for building pipelines formerly known as workflows and organizing complex activities that do not easily fit in freestyle job. So in freestyle, most of the jobs we can do. Most of the jobs we can do, but sometimes, sometimes you have to use pipeline. We have to use pipeline. In pipeline, it provides us some flexibility, like you can write like a developer when he codes his code, when a programmer writes his code, he can write some logic, right? He can write if and when conditions he can mention, and he will use variables and different things he will use in his program. Similarly, in pipeline also we can have that flexibility. So if your project is not suitable, that means freestyle project is not sufficient for your project, then you can go with pipeline. Pipeline mostly used for complicated deployments. For complicated deployments, we can go with pipeline. But most of the time, freestyle project is enough. So let's understand what is pipeline, how to use this pipeline. Just till now we created using freestyle. So in Jenkins, we can create jobs in two ways. First one is freestyle projects, right? Freestyle project. That means we use graphical user interface. We have used graphical user interface till now.
Hello, madam. Hello, madam. I can't hear
Uh,
you.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was on mute. I'm sorry. How about now? It's fine.
Yes, no fine.
Thank you. Pipeline means set of stages and steps to automate, build project, a project. Using pipeline, you can handle complex projects and complex deployment tasks. We can create a pipeline in two ways. So if you see here, when you go to Jenkins website, you say Jenkins pipeline. You click on Jenkins pipeline. We have the pipeline here. For example, you go to Jenkins pipe, create your first pipeline. For example, if you go here, right? So uh, here it is not mentioned. One moment. Jenkins pipeline. Click on tutorials left side Jenkins pipeline. You will see two names here: declarative pipeline, scripted pipeline. So we have two ways. That is declarative pipeline, and second is scripted pipeline. So in a company, when you join a company, there may be already they written some pipelines. So they may be using declarative pipeline or scripted pipeline. They can be using any of them, but most of them they are almost look similar with minor changes. So exactly how a pipeline looks like, how we can use it. For example, if you go to the website here, if you click on declarative pipeline, I right click and open new link. So something pipeline looks like this with a keyword called pipeline. This example of declarative pipeline, you see, it's a declarative pipeline. And what is Jenkins file? We will understand in a moment. But as of now, This is called declarative pipeline. A declarative pipeline starts with pipeline, right? But a scripted pipeline, which we have discussed just now, a scripted pipeline starts with, instead of pipeline, it starts with node. So when you see a script with node, then you can assume it is a scripted pipeline. If it is a pipeline starting with a pipeline, then it's a declarative pipeline. Here agent is saying agent any. See any pipeline, and it's a curly bracket. That means it's a script. Now the script is starting. It's a beginning. The beginning, how you give you space and a curly bracket, and then agents slave nodes. Suppose you have slave nodes, for example. So if you have slave nodes, then where you want to see till now whatever we did in freestyle, whatever way the job we have built, the same thing we can build on one month. Please be online. Sorry, I got interrupted. So agent any. So suppose if you have slave nodes, then I'm saying that agent any means you may be having multiple slave nodes. This job has to be, can be executed on any slave node, no issues, it can be executed on any slave node. But if you want to run on a particular node, then here agent, you have to say agent, and again like a curly bracket you have to give, and inside the agent you have to mention exactly something like how you want to run that, where in what agent you want to run. So something like, so you have to give the label. For example, you know what labels are, so you will say label space, and for example slave 1, you want to run on slave 1, then you have to give agent begin and label slave 1 space, in single quotation you have to give the agent label name, like something like this. But here when here it is saying any means that this job can be run on any node, no issues. And these are the stages, and in stages we have again stage, in stage again steps. So in stages, so in normally we in a pipeline we'll have agent and stages. In stages also it begin with a curly bracket, the space and a curly bracket. In that you will write stage. That stage you have to mention some name in the bracket, something in single quotation. What is the stage name? Previously, all these things we used to do using the graphical user interface. In this only we used to select like where is what is the git URL and everything we used to get. But here we have to everything do it manually in the scripted form. So here stage build. So whenever this script is executed, then it will display what stage is building currently, what stage is going on, what stage is executing by the Jenkins. So it will show the build stage. In the build stage, what steps are there? Again steps begin. In this there are some shell scripts are executed as such bundle in something going on here, right? So that's one example. So when you execute, then you see here you're getting a build name here, right? Build a name. So name whatever you give here, that build name will come appear here. So it doesn't mean, it does not matter what name you give here. The name you whatever you give will be shown when it is building. So it will be shown, the status will be shown like this. When a job you execute, it will show you this graphically. This it will show the output like this, stage by stage. There is one stage, that is the reason only one stage it is showing build stage. but like this we can have multiple stages. Every stage a separate column will come like this. It's a build stage, and after that another stage, and after that another stage. Right. So let's try to do it ourselves. Let's execute a simple script. Simple script. For example, let's do with declarative pipeline. So as we learned just now, it should start with a pipeline, and it should begin with curly bracket, and you should end it. So this is a pipeline. This is an empty pipeline. As of now, it does not have any instructions. It does not have any stages, nothing. So in this pipeline, agent any this can be executed on any slave node, no problem. Then next comes stages. As I told you, stages begin and end. So first pipeline begin and end is there. Second stages also begin and end should be there. That is mandatory. Now in these stages we have stage names, something like stage. In this bracket we can put in single quotation. What is the stage name? Suppose I want to I want to say something. This is stage one something. So in this stage again, this stage also I should have a begin and a end. Every begin, every end should be there. Enter. As I told you, in stage you should have steps. What steps you want to going to execute in each stage? Here, suppose steps again begin and end. Inside these steps, what you want to do? See, see the properly how we closed this braces. For every begin, this is a end, and for stage, this is a end. This is for the stage, this is a end, and for the steps, this is a end. So a proper combination should be there. If you do wrongly, then this script will not be executed properly. So in this step, I'm not doing any important, I won't do anything as of now. Simply I will say echo. I want to echo some output, something like this is stage one. Some I want to close this. This is text I want to print. Now you see this stage, in this stage there is only one step. One step in this step we have did something here. Similarly, I can copy this complete stage. Copy this complete stage, enter space. This is stage 2, for example. Now another stage is another stage, stage 2, right? This is stage 2. Like that we can have, or you can say something like you can say GitHub. This you can say build. Now I want to copy this again. One more you can have like this. You can have any number of stages. That is the flexibility you get if you're writing in a scripted format. Now this can be your deploy. You want to deploy your code. Now these are the script, simple script pipeline. This script can be run anywhere. Stages are, we have how many stages? In these stages, if you select the beginning curly bracket, in the ending, in between, how many stages we have? 1, 2, 3 stages are there. In each stage, something is happening. So whenever one stage is completed, then next stage will start. Once that is completed, the third stage will start. So in each stage, you can do the activity. You will understand it in a moment more clearly. But let me copy the script completely. Then what I will do, this time I will say pipeline 1. This time I will select pipeline. I selected pipeline. Okay. Just come down, scroll down. As of now, nothing we have to do. Here you will see the script. You'll see some script location here. I will explain what is this, what we have here. We have sample scripts here already available here. If you click on hello world, for example, you will get a script something like this. You see age at any stages. This first stage, in that we have one stage, in that we have step, and in this we have hello echo hello world. Same thing, right? So now I want to paste our script here. I will upload this script. I will upload it in documents folder anyway. Now what I will do, I will apply and save. Now go to dashboard. These are pipeline. I want to build it. So here on the right side we have the build option. Click on this arrow. Now pipeline is building. Here is building. It is built. It has completed the build. Just refresh this. So it's showing blue tick, sorry, green tick. It has built successfully. Click on the pipeline one. Okay. So again build now one more time. So uh, so whatever stage we have mentioned here. So git step is done, build stage is done, deploy stage is done. Whatever name we have given in the script, we have given what names? GitHub, build, and then deploy. Whatever name you given that stage, it's saying it has built successfully. Every stage has built successfully. So for example, if stage is not built, if stage is failed, for example, what I will do, I will go here and I will click on the down arrow. I'll click on configure. If I say something instead of echo, I made a mistake, echo, and apply and save. That is not a proper command, but this time when you try, when you build it, it has been failed. Okay, click on console output. So it is saying that build stage build skipped due to earlier failure. Build deploy skipped due to earlier failure. That means in the GitHub step, when the step is going on, some error has occurred. So because of that, the remaining two builds are failed. So how to, if the build failed, how can we uh, control so that we can allow the next builds to be continue to continue to be execute. Suppose one build having some issue, one stage having some issue, then that stage should not restrict other stages from executing. Even this stage having some issue, no problem, but the remaining stage also should have to execute properly. Then what we have to do, that we'll understand in a moment, but as of now try to understand. We'll execute pipeline like this. Now let's take another example. Go to the pipeline, configure. This time I will remove this everything, or I will take a new pipeline, red pipeline, and click on OK. This time we have sample, right? So GitHub Maven is there. Okay, GitHub Maven. That means it will give you the code, required code, whatever required to pull the code from the GitHub as well as to build using the Maven code. So click on this. So you see what we got here. Pipeline agent any. You got a new one. That is tools. So in the tool section, you have to mention the plugin names. Install the Maven version. Please be online. I'm sorry. So here tools, in these tools, we have to mention the plugin names. For example, if you have Maven, then what is a Maven? If you are using Maven tool, then what is a Maven tool name? So if you remember, we have created a Maven tool where we have created. What is the name of that? Duplicate this. Go to our dashboard. Okay. Go to Manage and Jenkins. Here, if you go to our tools, in this, if you see edited, if you click on this edited, or click on this, you see name, what name you have given, whatever name we have given, that name we have to use in our script. Whatever name you have given, that name you have to use. So for that reason, go here and change this Maven. Maven is the same, you should keep that, it's a keyword, and the double quotation M3 is there, right? Remove it and paste our Maven tool name. Whatever name you have given, that name you have to mention. That means we are telling to pipeline script that I am going to use Maven tool and the name of my tool is Maven 3.96. Scroll down, steps, stages and stages build and steps. Now here it's saying, okay, control copy this everything. Let me explain here. So you see this, you just now copied, and then stages. Stages, and in each stage, in stages we have stage, that is build. So build, you can give any name, steps. Get some code from GitHub repository. So now this is a GitHub repository we have to get, but this is a different repository, but we have already one our repository, right? Go here, this is a repository, copy our repository name, link, copy this, and in place of this link, it's a single quotation, right? You have to remove this here, you have to remove this and paste our repository name, right? And here what they did, in the single steps, they have, in the single step only, they included building as well, right? That means here I don't want to see, observe carefully. Here in the previous example, I something given something like GitHub echo and build echo, something I've given. I want to give separate them. I don't want to see you. This is our wish. Whatever way you want to write, you can write. You are writing your script. So this is a script given by Jenkins pipeline. But I don't want to club both, pulling the code from GitHub and building it. I don't want to club both of them. I want to separate it. Then this part I will separate it, and I will put in my GitHub instead. Echo is there, no? I will remove this and I will put it here. Hope you are understanding. I've separated. So it is not mandatory, even though our tool of Jenkins have given us this script here. It is given us, it is given sample script here. It is not mandatory that this script should be written like this only. No rules. You can separate them. If you think these two are different operations, then better you put them in two different steps. Then it will be more clear. So what I did, I copied from here, and next run Maven on Unix agent. Okay, this step I want to copy. And here, if you are install your Maven on Windows, then instead of a shell script, we use batch script. In Windows we have batch script called bat. In short we say bat. So if you're using Windows you have to use bat command, but if you're using Linux machine you have to use shell script sh. It is commented. See what is the single slashes means what? This when you slash give slash two slashes like this, that means this line is not a script, it is a comment. We call it as a comment telling something about the instruction about what this line will do, that you are telling, but that line should not be treated as a script. For that reason you put in a single slash like this. And here comment, this will do what? Run maven on Unix agent, something I want to mention here, then mention it and put a slash like this. Then whoever going through the script, they will understand, okay, this is for this and this is for that purpose. They will understand that, right? Then I copied, and instead in this step I want to paste it. I want to build it now. So for deploy, we can use Tomcat, but as of now, I'm not doing deployment in Tomcat. I'm interested now mostly on learning what is how a pipeline looks like and how can I use it. As of now, I'm interested on learning the syntax of pipeline. Next, if you understand next, so after everything completed in the stage, everything is completed. This is one stage. In the same stage, we have like stage. We have one more. Uh, right, in stage we have steps, like we have another one is called post. That means after finishing all these steps, all things are executed. After that, what you want to do? So if maven was able to run the tests, even if some of the tests failed, record the test results and archive the jar file. So after everything is completed, after post what you want to do? Post, begin and end. In this you can this is another keyword, success. If it is success only, then this is a Java unit. JUnit is a tool which will run the test cases of Java application. If somebody written test cases, Java developers did any test written any test cases, then this test cases will be automatically built using this JUnit tool. And archive artifacts. So these artifacts, that means the jar files are binary files where you want to store, where you want to archive. Normally we will store this archive in JFrog. JFrog repository we will use. There we will store this. So we'll learn those things in coming sessions. But as of now, ignore this post part. But as of now, concentrate in the pipeline. What we have stages. In this one stage is GitHub stage. In this stage I am pulling my code, and then stage I'm building it. Later on I'm building it. When I execute this, we should get some issue. We will fix that issue as well. Before seeing the issue, let us first try to run this. What will happen, we'll see. Now apply, save, build. Now console output, going to console output. So it has failed. It is saying that could not find any version to build. Verify the repository and branch configuration for this job. Some error has come. And as usual, the build has failed. You see, the build has failed. This stage build skipped due to earlier failure. Every time you notice, anything happens in the previous, any failure happens in the previous stage, then the next stage is not executing. So this problem you should remember. So we have to rectify this problem. Even this stage fails, then this stage should not stop. Stage should not skipped. This stage also should continue to execute. How can we do that? We'll learn in a moment. But as of now, this is having some branch issue. If you remember, when you are working with freestyle, at the time we used to give branch name main. We used to give branch name as main. But here I'm not giving branch name as main, right? That we have to provide. How can I provide? So in the same script, you can say something like git, this is a your URL, right? This is your GitHub URL. You should say URL colon space, URL colon space. This is your GitHub URL. And then before URL, you should use another keyword called branch. Branch is a keyword colon, in a single quotation you should say main. You see, branch, that is git, and then branch. What branch you want to use? I want to use main branch. What is the URL? This is a URL. If you give specifically this, then it will work. Before that, what we did, we have not mentioned the which branch we have to pull. That is the reason the script could not execute, and it confused, and it has thrown an error. So to rectify that issue, let's go to configure again. In the configure again, you see we don't have it's file style, freestyle is different, and this is completely script oriented. Select everything, delete it, and paste again. This time I'm having the branch name as main URL. Everything is given properly. Everything is given properly. Let's try this time what will happen. Apply and save. And now build now. Build now. So build 3 again failed. Console output. This time it is saying URL colon HTTPS branch main. Okay, one mistake I did here. What is the mistake is, after using the keyword like branch colon main, and then when you are using next key, that is URL, then before using the next key, that is like URL or anything, you have to separate these both by a comma. That means I forgot to give a comma. So go to our configure section. See, try to understand what is how the error is coming. You have to understand the errors also, right? You to understand the errors. So something you get errors something like this. So it's not exactly saying it is a comma issue. Expecting curly bracket it is saying. But remember, these tools will not give you exact issues. They will not say you exactly this is happened, that is happened. It won't inform you. But something has happened on this line that you should understand. Then you have to understand what you have to understand this line completely. Everything is fine or not. Say, we call it as syntax. It's a syntax issue. Syntax means rules you have to follow when you are using a script or a language, any language, whatever you are developing, coding, everything you have to follow syntax. Anyway, go to our configure section, come over here, and after main, after main, give a comma here. That's it. Comma here, apply, save. Now build again. This time it should build properly. Again failed. Console output. It's saying Maven not found. That means the Git code has been pulled properly. This time, this stage is successful. Your code is pulled. If you go to where we have that, I will show you. But your Maven having some issue. Let's try to fix that. What is the issue here? Uh, Maven not found. Right. So we have installed plugin, right? Okay. Go to configure section. See, while here I forgot to give the tools, right? If you see our script, by default our script has given this part, right? This part I have not copied in our code. After agent, I have to give my tools information, right? Here I have given 3.9.6 is the tool name. This part I forgot, right? Copy this and paste over here. That's it. That's the problem. This I have to mention. Only if you mention Only you mention the tool name, then only this Maven will execute properly. That is the reason it has failed. Now here, enter and paste. That's it. So properly you use a, we call this indentation. Indentation should be proper. That means you should not give something. You should something like you should not give. While scripting, you should give proper indentation like this. Apply, save. Now build now. See, you are learning different issues as also. At the same time, you are also fixing them also. This time our build is successful. Go to console output. So everything is fine. Everything is working properly. So it is successful. What is the job name? Pipeline 2. So go here. I think by now it is, might be expired. Just a minute, please. We'll see where our pipeline is created and how the files are folders are created. So that is one thing. And next thing is how to avoid if something goes wrong. If something goes wrong, suppose in yeah, where our Jenkins will be installed in the var folder in the lib cd. Here we have workspace. Go to workspace, cd workspace, ls. In this we have pipeline 2, cd, enter, ls. You see our pipeline is there, target. If you see target, ls, you see we have our var file generated. That means it is working same like our freestyle. Same like freestyle it is working. No difference at all. So that you should understand. That is fine. Next comes, now suppose in the script, go to configure. As I'm telling you, if anything goes wrong in this step anything goes wrong, the next stage will not continue. For example, here I'm saying echo. Instead of echo, I say HO. Instead of echo, I say O only. And then testing. When I run this, definitely this ESO is not a recognized command. Our Jenkins does not know what is ECO, so it will fail. When it fails, the next stage will not execute. Then how can we avoid? For example, apply and save and build now. The build 6 has been failed as expected. So it has failed build script due to earlier failure. So earlier failure, so where is the failure information? But anyway, the issue has been, there's an issue. Then how to solve this? To solve this issue, we have to use try and catch blocks. You have to use try and catch blocks. In interview, they will ask you, how can you avoid if a stage failed, then how can you skip that issue so that remaining stages will continue executing? How can you solve the issue? some issue in a stage, some error is there, then how can you allow the remaining stages to be executed successfully even though there is an issue in the current stage? See, remember, even if you're a developer, what they do, developers also do the same thing. Even in the script also we do the same thing. What they do, whenever they're writing any complicated code, and they will write that code when they suspect if there could be some chances of having happening some issue here in this lines of code, set of lines of instructions. And if that issue occurs, then the application will crash. So to avoid the application to crash, what they do, they use the same try and catch blocks. Here also we use the same thing. We use something like try. So what you want to try, whatever you want to try, that you have to put inside a curly bracket. Whatever you want to try, you should put inside your curly bracket. Same like your stages. You have to begin for everything. There is a begin and end. Whatever lines, number of lines. Here I say ECO I want to try. This is the line which may create an issue. Assume. Then here only there is only one line, but in real time, in try block, we will write multiple lines. Here in this example, I am taking only one example. And then after try is ending, then a try must continue with a catch block as well. This is a try block and a continue catch block should be there. So catch. The catch block begins with a two curly brackets, sorry, two brackets, parenthesis, and it will begin and it also end. So in this you can see catch in front of it, it having two brackets. Here you can write whatever you want. Echo, you can say in catch block something went wrong in stage, some stage name you can give, and close this. So what happens, suppose if something happens, some issue happens with this, then normally your script will not run properly. That means assume I have copied this, and in the script somewhere here, where is that line I wrote here, somewhere I wrote something like somewhere here I was trying ECO testing, something I wrote like this, right? So instead of writing this separately, I will put it in a curly bracket. I will put it in try and catch block. So as I told you, these should be properly indented. That means properly they should be every bracket. It is not mandatory, but if you write this way, so if anybody comes, they can easily understand what script you have written. And see, this bracket belongs to whom? Belongs to this step. So where S starting, here it is starting. So this should come exactly and stop should be here. So this curly bracket started here, ending with here. So indentation also you should learn. Your catch is ending C starting here and curly bracket ending here. This way, by seeing immediately, we can understand what is going on. By the way, this is a try block and this is a catch block. So whatever you're suspecting, these lines you're suspecting this, then this should be inside your try block and catch block. And if anything goes wrong, then instead of uh, going to next canceling the next stage, the next instruction will be executed. It goes to catch block. If anything happens here, it goes to catch block. In the catch block, this text will be printed. In catch block, something went wrong in stage, GitHub. Something you can, whatever you wish, whatever you want to press. And then the next stage continues to execute. That means if there is no try to catch block, then it will crash here and the build stage will not continue. But to avoid that, we have to write that suspected lines inside a try block. And in the catch block, you can mention whatever you want. you can mention whatever text you want. And this catch blocks also takes a actually normal developers understand this. They will take it will take a exception e something. So ignore this as of now. So whatever exception, whatever error happened here, that error information automatically stored in this variable e. This could be e, this could be ex, whatever it may be, no problem. This is called as a variable. In shell scripting also we learned a term called variable. There when you used a variable, what we did there in a variable, something like something we we took some value like some xyz equal to, we say something 100. Xyz is a variable. Xyz is a variable we are storing here. But in in pipeline script, when you are using, you have to correctly mention what is this variable type, what type of value it is going to store. Suppose it is storing number 100, then it is storing an integer value, right? Something it should say integer, something like that. That means xyz is a variable. It is going to store a value of type integer. That information you have to write something like here. Similarly, ex is a variable of type exception. What is exception? Don't worry. Exception is a inbuilt type. It's another inbuilt type. So this type will have, so anything goes wrong in this line, whatever went wrong, that information everything will be stored in this variable ax. If you want to explore what is error, then you can get into this variable and you can read the values inside this variable. But anyway, I'm not interested in about that. I'm only interested that our stages should not be blocked. One stage complete, next if anything goes wrong, no problem, I should continue with the next stage. To avoid that, I have to use try and catch. And very important thing you should understand here, what is that our pipeline does not support try and catch block. Does not support, it does not support our try catch block. Then who will support? Then our scripting pipeline will support, but I am using pipeline, I am not using scripting pipeline. Then how can I use scripting pipeline here? You can use script wherever you want. You can use a script pipeline. You can include inside a pipeline script. You can add your scripting pipeline as well. That means this code cannot work in pipeline. It should work only in the scripted pipeline. So in the scripted pipeline I can use it, but I'm using pipeline. For that reason, what I have to do, I have to say here script. Simply I have to say script and then begin. And this begin, for beginning, what I should say, or else what I will do, I will cut it everything script. Everything whatever you're writing a script should be inside a script. So whenever the scripted lines you are writing, you should write inside you should write script like this, begin and end. Inside that you write the script whatever you want, something like this. Then when your Jenkins executing the script, then it understands, okay, up to here this is all script pipeline, but here something is different. Okay, it is a scripted code, no problem. So whatever inside here will be executed properly. So whenever you're writing try and catch block, this try catch block doesn't belong to pipeline. So for this belongs to scripted pipeline. At the time you can write your scripted pipeline inside your pipeline. You can write it. How? You have to write script, begin and end. Inside that you can add your scripted pipeline code. Okay, let's try this. Control A, copy everything. Go to the same code again. Give me 2 more minutes. I will end this. Everything select it, delete and paste. Hope everything is there. So your scripted pipeline is there. And here ECO should give an error. Even though it is giving an error, our stage build will continue executing. Apply, save, and now build now. Now build 7 should start. build 7 console. So what happened? Uh, exception spelling is correct. Exception echo branch main checkout message modified code timeout. Did I saved it? Yes, it is saved only. No problem. I will end this session today. No problem. It's small issue. I don't want to take more time. Tomorrow, first 5 minutes we'll fix this, and we'll see what is the issue. We'll end this session today. And before that, please wait. Please wait. Before that, please use this URL for already few people left. Shibin Swaraj Naveen Revanti. Right. Please use this new URL for joining tomorrow.
Okay, appreciate.
I'm just taking here. Okay. From tomorrow, please. Anyway, I will add in the group, but please save this. Copy and save. Swaraj Shibin, you save it, and I will also add in the group. Have you saved? If you confirm, I will log out.
Yes.
Thank you. Swaraj, what about you? Okay, I believe you copied it. No problem. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Take care.